Oh, okay. Hi, no, it's afternoon. Good afternoon if you guys are watching us live. We're back again for another review of Loving Marriage Huntsville and Ready to Love. Both shows are on the own Oprah Winfrey Network, folks. So they're really, really good. I feel like they're the only no, they do have other reality TV shows on that channel at this time, but these are the two we'll be reviewing. And again, my name is Synquette. I'm a life coach on my mentor.life. If you're interested in looking to have an accountability partner, I am your girl. I'm also the author of this book, The Master Reset, A Girl's Ultimate Guide to Clearing no space on her spiritual hard drive. And also my other book, He Is Not the Prize You Are. So that's who this live is sponsored by today. And I also have my co-host Brittany, and I'll let Brittany introduce herself as well because she does a lot of amazing things as well in this content social media space. So, Brittany, introduce yourself to the people, girl.
I'm Brittany. My channel is Blessed Be on YouTube. You go to that YouTube channel, go in the description. All my social media sites, Blessed Be. I have Facebook and Instagram. All of that will be listed down there below. And don't forget to like this video.
Yes, guys, do not forget. So we're going to kick it off and talk about Ready to Love. This episode, the couples, well, not the couples, but the contestants, they went away. They had their away trip. So, what would you rate this episode from like a A to F of Ready to Love?
I'm ready to love. I think it was given like an 8. I really, really liked the episode. Like I cannot wait for the next episode. I loved it.
Really? Okay, so let's go ahead and get it started. So, okay, this episode actually did give a lot. I liked it from that perspective. But I'm mad they left us with a cliffhanger. That's how come I can't
Right.
really. But yeah. So, let's go ahead and get to it. I don't know how your notes, how you have everything broken down, but I remember the opening scene was
Hmm.
everybody traveling. Everybody's in
Yeah.
the car, coupled up, going. Not everybody, but from what we seen. So, was there anything in particular from those like the opening scenes that stuck out to you that you want to discuss?
Yeah, it did. I feel like when Camille was in the car, um, with I forgot the dark skinned girl's name.
Nadia.
Nadia, and they
Zadia.
started saying the brown skinned girls club. And I felt for me, what stood out to me in that scene was it's like for years, Red Bones would get together and I felt like if the opposites was reversed and he was like, oh, this is the Red Bones clique and all of this, I feel like Twitter would have blown up. I feel like people would have been all in their comments, oh my gosh, you're colorist, you're colorist. But as soon as they come out with a Brown Girls Club, it's fine. I guess now since Brown Girls, Beyonce is representing Brown Girls. Let's admit the Brown Girls are everybody's. They've been kind of like, okay, don't worry, we love the Brown Girls, whatever. So they getting out there, they're getting high and mighty, and now they're doing a Brown Girls clip. But my thing is, when it's time for the bright skinned girls to do that, keep that same energy. But I thought that was actually childish because they're actually too old for that. Um, but I thought it was weird that she was in the car with Camille and Cornelius when I really want her to date Cornelius, and she likes Cornelius. So that's just to show that they probably clicked up now, but she's also said herself she had a chance with Cornelius. So I thought that was weird. I like that Walter and Sabrina was riding. For me, I got married vibes going on vacation. I feel like they are both at home when it comes to each other. Um, and I wish we could have seen everybody else kind of like get together and ride, but I guess it just doesn't show what they are. Then Camille was like, "Are we having the same room?" And Cornelia was just like, "Sure." Now I don't. I think that's kind of suspect, which makes me think they might be sleeping together. Because for me, if you're waiting to marriage, y'all kind of shouldn't be sharing the same rooms. But that's just me.
Yeah. Okay, I agree. And I do want to say people did call Zadia out on the brown skin girl comment.
Mhm.
And I mean the brown skin click comment. And
Okay.
they said it was colorism too. But
Okay.
then Zadia said something back and said, wish I would have screen. I didn't know this. If I knew this was going to come up, I would have screenshot it. But she actually said something back. But I actually thought it was cute. I do feel as though, like, I want to see brown skinned women represent themselves more or like show that they are to brag on themselves because like for so long light skin red bones have been pushed in the forefront. So I actually see
Mhm.
nothing wrong with it. I really didn't think anything of it, and I'm like, yeah, girl, because y'all is doing it, with all that melanin. So, and to get even light skin or any other color, you need brown. So why not represent that? So I didn't take nothing of it, but I guess I do see it would be a problem if it was like over the light skin clicks or the high. It would probably go back, have some backlash, but
Oh
I think
yeah.
it was okay. It didn't bother me none. So let's talk about the Sabrina and Walter situation. I really think they look very good together. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
aesthetically, they match. But
Oh
what do
yeah.
you think about that bomb that was dropped with Sabrina being a dancer?
I feel like now, to be honest, I thought Sabrina should have been shared that. But for me, I feel like she probably looked at Walter's ex and was like, oh, yeah, I can totally give him everything. I can be myself now. Because, I mean, he was with her. So I'm sure he accept me being a dancer. Let me go ahead and knock this bombshell. Like, it's kind of like, when you're dating somebody, you think they're up here and you're kind of like trying to prove yourself down here. You're like, okay, let me tell them now since I've seen their flaws. Let me tell them, and their flaws is bigger than mine. Let me go ahead and tell them I got these three kids. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was kind of like spur of the moment. I'm not surprised. Walter saying that's a red flag when his ex is a red flag. So I was kind of taken back by that. But I would have
Mm-hmm.
thought looking at his ex, he probably would have been like, and how sexual he says he is. I thought he would have been like, oh, okay, she probably knows some tricks or whatever. But I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, how dare you say that's a red flag, Walter? How dare you?
Okay, I'm gonna throw this little perspective in there because
Mhm.
I'll be watching the show with my mom sometimes, and I was asking the same thing. I'm like, what's the big deal? She said it's in her past, and not like she's stripping now. I almost feel like
Right.
she didn't need to say it. Like honestly, if you're not doing it now, who cares? But
Mhm.
I think how my mom put it, she said like sometime like maybe he had this idea of her in his mind, like, oh, very pure, like very like sedity, maybe, and to maybe hear that she was a stripper and men maybe was touching on her, giving her money, like maybe that kind of took her down in his head, like, oh, okay, maybe she's not as like pure or innocent as I thought she was. So I was like, okay, maybe perhaps, and that's sometimes that's just a double standard. Like we'll probably get into it when we talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, but it's like, men say they like this kind of woman, but then they won't marry that kind of woman. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what maybe that's why I felt like it was a red flag. But I don't know. I felt like, boy, go ahead somewhere. Like it's not that serious.
Right.
As long as she's not a
Right.
stripper now. She was a stripper now. I do feel like that's something she probably could have like talked about sooner, but because
Yeah.
it's so fast, I felt like she really didn't have to say it. I don't because
Yeah.
I don't think that's really should be a deal breaker. I don't know, but that's just me. Okay.
No, I mean then Sabrina's kind of exotic too. Like I wouldn't put her in a good girl box. I mean she's tatted up. Her back is filthy with them tattoos. So I kind of feel like she do have a wild side. I mean when you got a woman that can wear a cut like that, she's risky. And them tattoos, I wouldn't surprise at all when she said she was. I can totally see it. And she wear chokers. Just saying.
Yeah, but still the way she carries herself, like she knows how to cup and she knows how to switch real well. That's why I said
Yeah, she's
when you
classy.
look at her and Walter together, because Walter is very clean cut and put together on the surface. That's why
Hmm.
when we seen his ex, we was just like, what? You know what I mean? Because it didn't really match. But Sabrina actually does look the part, like
Yeah, she's
of real,
classy.
like press. She knows how to cover. Even when she was when they her outfit what she had on, she had like a blazer, like very covered. So you wouldn't even know she had tattoos unless she took it off. Like she's one of those, you know what I mean? Like you'd
Yeah.
be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know you had a tattoo. Like those kind of girls, like, oh wow, because they hide it real well, kind of thing. They
Hmm.
know how to do both. So I feel like
Yeah.
Sabrina comes across that way to me. Versus like Aisha, you see everything from her blonde hair, her tattoos. Like I never kind of seen the conservative side from her. Maybe a little, just a smidge. But yeah. So next scene, or did you have anything else in your notes about
Mm-mm.
that part? Okay. What's next for you?
Next was just when they pulled up to the house. Now, I think it's nice. I love when they go have to get away and all of that, but the house was kind of old. I was like, the views was nice, but I'm like, I wish the house could have been better. It was very much so dated, and that kind of annoyed me, just a little. Um, but I did like the views. And I also said that Milman is scared. Like from it's like she's trembling in her boots. Like you and Walter got this song talking about stay right. It's like she's so scared she had to come up with a song, baby. So whenever he going left, stay right, stay right. So I feel like Milman, if you got to be that scared and make up a song and all that, baby, Walter is not it. He going in the
Mhm.
opposite direction, baby. So I feel like that's when I realized she was scared. Um, I think it's like for me, she also gave me side chick vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying how Walter is this with you, but then as soon as his main chick, aka Sabrina, come around, he's totally different. So I feel like she should have. I mean, I get that some women want to put themselves out there just to be sure, but he was kind of showing you what it was. So
Yeah, I agree. I felt like she probably realized like maybe her connection with Walter wasn't as strong as she thought it was
mhm.
once she
Oh
seen
yeah,
Sabrina come into the picture or whatever. Because I thought the song was kind of like too. I also didn't like when it was Sabrina and Walter at the piano that she came over. She's like, girl, like read the room. I would have been like, oh, they together. All right, let me go pack my unpacking. I don't know, go read a book
right,
by the pool. But I would have like
right,
let them have that moment and just go about my business. I'm not about to like go over there and I don't know. I just that kind of just no movement. And ain't nobody your brown skin click girls didn't tell you that. I'm like, no, sis, don't do that.
right,
Because I seen Camille. She was there. So she could have told her. But you know
right,
what I mean? See how people they be ready to see you fall. They be ready to make have you make a fool of yourself. So, but Camille wouldn't even know the difference because she does it all the time. So who am I? Never. I forgot who we were talking about to help her. Okay, so scratch that. But I would have told her like, no, leave her alone. So come on, girl, let's go do something else. But I just felt like, ugh, why she go over there? But yes, all right. So next scene, what else you got in your notes?
Okay, so next I got it was also kind of it was a definitely red flag to me when the piano situation happened and Walter come over there and he comes by Moomin and they're at the pool. You know what I'm saying? So they're on a
Okay.
dating show. It's competition, and she's telling him somebody's manipulating you. I don't know who's manipulating you or got a spell on you or who the poisoned you against me. That says for sure side chick vibes to me. It's
Mm-hmm.
like for me, it was too funny. It's like, girl, this man is doing this by at his own will. It's kind of like you find your man cheating and you blame the side chick instead of your man. That's the vibes I was kind of getting. Like, how can somebody poison him? And so, I mean, put voodoo on him, manipulate him. This is a grown man. So I'm happy
Mm-hmm.
that movement came to the light. It's clear. I think Moomin actually might be the next person out the door because she kind of don't really have no strong connections that I can see. But that was the next part for me, the pool scene. I feel like Walter was not wrong. I feel like it is a competition. She have to think about he's in a sticky situation. Like you said, Moomin should have kind of went left when she seen him having a moment. He got to split his time. And he was
Mm-hmm.
coming to spend time with you, and you kind of like blew up on the man. So I can see why she is single.
Yeah. I felt like with that pool scene, she just oh yeah. I never heard Sabrina talk bad about Newman at all. So I'm just like, she's
Mhm.
really reading into this like wrongly. Or like I'd be like, oh yeah, she was kind of talking about her and her confessionals or something like that. But I never heard Sabrina say anything. So nobody's poisoning nobody of anything. It's just um he just and then no, she had a connection because remember Frank had
Yeah.
her meet the ex-girlfriend. So that was her other like connection. So I don't know why she just didn't like pivot to him. Like I would at least try and see what's going on with him or something.
Right.
So she did have another connection, but I don't know. She wanted it bad with Walter. I think okay, some people are single because they want it too bad. They don't let things flow. They don't let things
Yeah.
naturally kind of happen. They gotta force them to happen. Like I don't want you
Yep.
to see nobody else but me. Stay right, stay right, stay right. But no, you
Exactly.
gotta like you should want the person to like I don't say want the person to have options, but I feel like you want to be you want to know that you won kind of without no manipulation. Well, not, I don't want to say won, but like the guy is choosing you
Yeah.
because he is choosing you, not because
Period.
like, yeah, you twisted
Period.
his arm to do so.
Right.
That's what we say.
Like
But
Cornelius and Camille.
exactly. See, she don't got that Camille energy, and Walter's not that kind of man. You're not gonna boss him
No,
around,
you
okay?
sure not. No.
So yeah, it works for them, but yeah. So next scene, because I know everybody else pool scene was boring. I was bored with Zadia and
Always bored with Zadia.
Naeem scene. What that scene was so boring by the pool.
Yeah.
Frank and Sydney, they got a real good connection, but nothing really came from that pool scene either. So
No.
yeah.
No.
All right. Next scene.
So okay, so another thing I would say is I was surprised just a little bit by Dante and Licia. Is that her name?
Oh,
Blonde hair?
Aisha.
Aisha. I was kind of just a little taken aback by them, even though I would say at first I got the vibe of okay, they Dante see me a man about to be eliminated, so he trying to go ahead and figure out he trying to shoot his shot either way. So I feel like they was kind of trying to hang on to each other to kind of form a connection, like you said, they're being rushed. But then as time came on, when the whole argument started at the table, he came and rescued her and talked to her. And then he did the whole massage thing, which was very much so weird and sexual. I was just like, I was cringing actually, because she's moaning and he rubbing, and I was like, I feel like something happened. I'm just saying. But I'm starting to feel like maybe he do like her, and I do like the connection. I would say that though. But at first, I just thought it was they just don't want to get eliminated.
I agree. People was like, "Oh no, not the bra, not the top," because her top came off on Twitter. Oh my gosh, like it was so funny, and I just love it. I love hearing like everybody's perspective. And it was like
Yeah,
Aisha, that's the oldest trick in the book, girl. He wants some, what, massage. So, and
exactly.
she did say cut the cameras. So,
Yeah.
I'm just
Mm-mm.
getting a little spicy.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's another one that tried to come over there and talk while Phil was having his moment with her. Okay, but
Yeah.
we're skipping a little bit ahead. Do you want to go to, because I feel like next the next big scene was a dinner table, unless you want to talk
Mhm.
about Camille and Cornelius and how Camille gave Cornelius a gift, because we didn't touch on that.
I don't know. I mean, for me, I just got the vibe that Camille probably trying. She feels that Cornelius may be slipping away, and she just wants to be nice and sweet.
Mm.
But I really feel like Cornelius is just such a nice guy. Even his faces that he makes, I really feel like he's really being nice, and it's easy to kind of push him over. But I feel like he likes Camille, he really do. But I feel like he still wants to try to date other people too, just to make sure, and she don't want to allow him to do that.
Yeah, you know what? See, my mom, that's our little bonding. This is our bonding show. She never wanted to watch it with me before. I'm like, Mommy, you're late. Okay, I've been trying to get you to watch the show, but she liked this one because they seem like more like real, like everyday kind of people.
Hmm.
So when they was showing like the little trailer thing, she was like, and I miss her too. Remember Courtney with the hair? She was the only one
Hmm.
that was bold enough to date
Hmm.
Cornelius. And didn't, and Camille knew not to try with her. I didn't hear her say I will F y'all. She was the only one that was
Yeah.
bold enough to date Cornelius. And I wish she would have stayed. I mean, I miss her. Some people had like really good interest and energy. I miss
Yeah.
her. I miss the girl that got eliminated on the first night. I feel like they could have taken the place of Tasia, because Tasia didn't really give us much. Like she got
Yeah.
like real boring. So I wish they could have stayed a little longer. They got cut too soon, but I digress. Yeah, I like what you said. I never thought about how Camille may feel like Cornelius is drifting away, and that's why she got him that gift and trying to be all nicey nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like a light
Mm-hmm.
switch. She's kind of like off and on to me.
Yeah. You that's
Unstable.
a good
Yeah,
point,
she's
girl.
unstable, baby.
Hmm. Okay. So should we go into the dinner scene now? I feel like I don't think no other, unless you got some notes before then.
No, I don't have no.
Okay.
Other
So,
than we can go to the dinner scene. I don't know where it all went left at with that dinner scene. I don't know where it all went left.
it went left when and Aisha was right. Like, if y'all found love, like, why is he still here? Like, maybe we need to eliminate him so we don't eliminate somebody that do got multiple connections. And then that's when Camille said that she would F y'all up, F them up if Cornelius get eliminated, but why? Like, it's not that serious. Just because y'all not on the show don't mean that y'all can't date anymore. Like, just because he's not
Yeah.
going to be there don't mean like he's going to disappear into like Neverland or something. Y'all can still date. So Neil's giving me the vibes like you only care about TV. Like, you're just trying to last the longest.
Yeah.
But you could have if you would have played the game a little bit by spreading yourself out. But now you feel love. Y'all two only want to talk to each other. Get out of our faces. Let's see somebody else connect. Leave us in suspense. But y'all already locked in. Y'all making it boring. So please get out the way. So I feel like that's all Aisha was trying to say. And then that's when Zadia going to interject, talking about that was real haterish. And then that's when Aisha had to go off. And I feel like everybody was on Aisha's side. The man went over there and confided in her. And Zadia got fussed out. So, well, she didn't get fussed out, but Dante had to let her know, look, that was you poking the bear. So, that's all I got to say. But I also feel like, Cornelius was able to get to see a side of Camille. No, he probably knew that side was there, like that catty side was there too. But he was and why he don't ever speak up?
Right.
They're both making me mad. They really
I don't, and I'm starting to believe like they stayed together because for Thanksgiving she was posting them. I don't know if they was at her house or what, but I'm starting to feel like Cornelius actually stayed with Camille and they're still together. I don't. It's just scary. I don't know. For me, it's like a scary vibe. Like, and sometimes men can be so quiet, but they'll be the ones that'll kill everybody in the house.
Yeah, if you push
And
them
that's the
too
kind of
far.
vibe that I would get. Like he holding it all in, but then when he do explode, it's over. That's how I feel.
I can see that. I really could. So, so we kind of already touched on the little massage stuff because that kind of came after the fight. So, I tweeted, I was like, we just be talking about stuff on Twitter. I tweeted, I was like, see, Zadia, that could have been you, but you want to be catty when that little massage scene came up. Do you know she wrote me back?
What did she say?
She said, nah, sis, I'm good. Thanks for watching the show. I'm glad you're in. I'll show you when we get to the Twitter part. I'm like, girl, okay.
She felt so played.
Huh?
She felt so played.
Yeah, like okay, it's not that serious.
Yeah. It looks like he's gonna play her in the next episode too.
Yes. Oh, it's about to get good.
Yes.
And then I had a tweet that went like a little viral, like 100 and some people liked it because I said, see, Zadia, if even the men say that you're wrong. And a lot of people liked it. Like, I do feel like when usually men stay out of like girl stuff like that. But for the fact that they even stood up and interjected it, I was like, dang, yeah, she kind of really messed up. And maybe there's some stuff we didn't see as the viewers. They had to probably cut it a little bit then, but
that's true.
Yeah.
She always snapping.
It's just like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Okay, so should we go to the deliberation scene where they were deciding who should go home and who should not?
I feel like that's kind of like a game. Like if that's not your friend, then I'm putting that man in the bottom. Period. And to be honest, I don't know. The only reason why I think Cornelius went home is because Camille was crying. That's the only thing that made me think. But I really feel that Naeem. I feel like Naeem went home. I feel like he really did.
Do you think maybe both of them went home? Maybe it was a double elimination.
Ooh, now that'll be juicy. I would love that. They both need to go home.
And then next, it'll be a double elimination of Camille and Zadia. Maybe that's why
You
she's
know what?
snapping.
Have they had a double woman elimination yet? Because I think they did this twice. They done double eliminated the men, but I don't remember them ever double eliminating the women. And I feel like they should have.
They need to double eliminate Don. I feel bad. I wish it wasn't Naeem, but he hasn't been talking to nobody either. But oh
Yeah, he
well,
haven't.
y'all, the four of y'all made the connections. Get out of our faces, you know. But yeah, we'll see. We will see.
That'd be
But
good. I would
it
love
would.
that if they both go.
Y'all
I
gotta come
I
on now.
would.
Okay. I also wanted to say I felt like, why did they get so mad when the word aggressive came up? They were acting aggressive. The brown girl squad was minus Moomin. Sorry, minus Moomin. Y'all were acting aggressive. Like you said, Camille, you said that you would F somebody up. And I feel like it's not race, it's not colorism if another brown skinned girl is using the word aggressive to describe other brown skinned girls. It's only like questionable when like somebody of another race may be putting that kind of label or stigma on somebody. But if we both brown skin and I say something about you being aggressive, like it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to like, you know, make you into like an angry black woman or nothing. I'm just saying like you are acting aggressive. So I didn't like how they just try to make her like be quiet because she was telling the truth. They were being aggressive. And then I didn't like how Tommy like didn't let them talk because I wanted to hear what Aisha had to say. So I was like, ooh, let it be known, Aisha. But then Tommy tried to like, you know.
Tommy said he ain't got time for all that, baby. We all the grown ups now. He ain't trying to have a day all in the daggone principal's office.
No, but I feel like he needs to know what's going on. I feel like it needed to be addressed. Like they're not playing properly. They're not dating like how the show is supposed to be done. So I felt like it needed to be talked about. So, but anything else about the deliberation?
No, I cannot wait to see who's gonna get eliminated. I cannot. I think it's Naeem, but I can't wait, honey. I can't wait.
Girl, I was like, they had us on the edge of the seats.
Yes.
Okay. They really did. All right, let's go to Twitter. So, Zadia and Camille connect because they both have a nasty attitude. Y'all can't get sensitive to the word aggressive, but act it. Exactly. Camille, you sat at that dinner table and immediately said you would off the woman. You would, I guess you meant F the woman up if they eliminate Cornelius, but get upset for being called aggressive. Exactly. That is aggressive behavior. Huzzy. Aisha getting the Dante treatment. Oh, that's a good one. December 3rd. No, okay. Camille, you're not slick. We know that's a tracking device you put around Cornelius' neck. Shut up.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Please send Cornelius home so Camille can leave. Yeah.
Yep.
We're done.
She'll do it for him, but he wouldn't do it for her.
You got that right. Zadia kikiing with Camille while Aisha getting a massage. Winner's gonna win. I'm with Aisha on this though. Telling the group you'd F them up for putting Cornelius at the bottom because they're not connecting with him is an issue. Aisha was just the only one big enough to speak up.
Yeah. That's true.
Facts on facts on facts. I want Aisha to win in love. I want all good things for her. She's like a fan favorite. I will say that. People really be riding for her. I just don't understand the wild need to keep Cornelius in the game. It's called Ready to Love. You found love, right? So get ready to leave. Simple. I went from not remembering Zadia was on the show to sis, it's time for you to go. Sis just oozes negative energy.
Yes.
Yeah. Cornelius, that necklace has a tracking device.
Wow, the second person that said that.
Movement. Sabrina is poisoning you against me and making you lose trust in me. Sabrina.
I love it. That is
That one is a good one. Zadia called sis a hater, and her man gave the hater a massage later to make her feel better. It's funny how them tables turn. I hate to say it, but Cornelia should go home because Camille got him in a chokehold. Yeah. Zadia, why you running off at the mouth and making jokes that she had no connections? Your number one has officially moved on to be her number one. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder if Camille's 3 previous engagements were consensual
Right.
or if she bullied them into the
Exactly.
relationship and they finally wised up and left. Yeah, I can see that. I'm tired of Camille. Everything about her is exhausting this season. This entire season is exhausting. This season has not been my favorite. Mm,
Right.
I- okay, let me read a few more. Azadia needs to admit that she has an issue with Aisha. She always has something slick to say to that girl. Probably a little jealousy. Probably a little jealousy. Zadia don't even want Dante. She's just being competitive. Very true. How does one say "I'll f y'all up" in any context during a conversation and expect someone to not to react? Nah, Camille and Cornelius can both go this week. Exactly. All right. So let me show y'all the evidence. Wait, let me show y'all my little evidence. Let me see. Let me see. Hmm. Oh, okay. Here's the tweet. Here's the tweet. So I said, see, Zadia, that could have been you, but you want to be catty. And there goes Zadia. Nah, I'm good, sis. Glad you're enjoying the show. Like, oh, okay, girl. And here go my little tweet that I got 176 likes on. I said, dang, even the men are saying Zadia is wrong. That should tell you something.
Right.
So overall, this was a pretty interesting episode. Like I was, sweeting away myself. It was crunk. So
Yes,
we are looking forward to next episode to see who got eliminated and how things get
definitely.
switched over into the guys' ball. See how it goes with them. All right. So let's go into our next show, which is Love and Marriage Huntsville, part 2 of the reunion. Oops. So, dang, I already know a little bit how you feel. But if you had
Yeah.
to rate this episode on a A or F scale, what would you rate this one? Part 2 of Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion.
I don't know. Let me just say this. I had just got it. I had watched that show like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was half asleep.
Mm.
I went to a party and had an awesome, dangly good time. Okay.
Oh.
It just was nothing that was like, I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it, but I think I probably give it, probably say at least a four. At least a four. I didn't like it.
I felt like this was a really good episode of Love Marriage Huntsville part. It just kind of continued on to from the first week's episode. But my moment, I don't know if you remember, but when Carlos has said to Melody, "Do you think that you weren't enough?" because he was messing with the side chick. And I didn't like that question. I felt like that was very, I don't know if the word is demoralizing, but
Hmm.
how disrespectful is that to like say to somebody that they're not enough just because that other person decided to cheat? That has nothing to do with Melody's value or her worth for not being enough. So I just was like, that's not a good question. It made me feel some type of way, but Melody handled it like a G. She said, "No, I'm not going to accept that. Just not." So I wanted to talk about that.
Let me piggyback off of that one.
Mhm.
My thing is with Melody, that was sounded like a nice answer, but I mean, at some point, I mean, that just comes with it when you're getting cheated on. I wish she would have been honest and she admitted that, yeah, I felt like that while I was in a marriage. I felt like I wasn't enough some days, but now today, I know that I could never be enough for that man. That something is wrong. But I mean, I don't. I feel like when she was in that marriage, letting that man, you found out about it after 2 years. Then you stayed, and it was a total of 5 years. Obviously, you didn't feel like you was enough, because if you felt like you was enough, you would have left. Like Kim Kardashian's leaving because she
Mhm.
felt like she's enough. When a woman is feel like she's enough and she's that chick, she's never gonna stand for or allow a man to play with her, and that's on period. So when you let a man play with you and you stay, that means you think little of yourself. So I wish she would have answered that honestly, because her actions spoke for her. But I'm happy she realized now that she is enough, and that's why she left.
I feel as though if you bring up that example of Kim Kardashian, we don't know how much she probably put up with and stayed with. It's just not in the public. We just so happen to be seeing melodies played out because it is on TV. So it could be side chicks that's messing with Kanye. If we really think that, and it's possible, he really could be faithful. But a man like Kanye, who knows what side chicks they done paid off, what stuff Chris Jenner done made go away. So I feel like we can't really say that. We don't know how many tears she cried behind the scenes. We just don't
Well,
see on
I'm just
TV.
saying, like, from what we can see, we know Melanie been getting cheated on for years now. With Kim K, we don't know none of her business, but we
And
do
that could be
know.
like on purpose. Like, you know
Right,
what? They
but
don't
we
keep
do
certain things.
know that, Kanye West embarrassed her. He's talked about the possible abortions and all that. From what we do know, she went and got her divorce, and she's leaving, and he's publicly apologizing and all of that, and she's still leaving. So just from the example that we know, and we just know the stuff that he's done, I mean, she gone. She left. And then we like you said, we don't know, he could have been cheating on her. But for this man, saying an opinion about her and talking about her family, she ready to do so.
Yeah. And
I
but I
don't know
feel
though,
like
but for me, I think women like Halle Berry, Kim Kardashian, um, those are the only two that come to mind, and Jennifer Lopez. Them three women. Now, for me, and the way I look at those women from my dating experience, yes, I've dated a few guys, more than a lot of women probably have dated. But my thing is, they're the type of women that can date those guys. There's a lot of women that just not able to date a lot of men like that because you just ain't got the juice. But people
mm,
don't see it like that. People see it as, oh, something's wrong with them. No, for me, I feel like you date a few guys, it don't take much for you to get gone because of the line outside that door. You get what I'm saying? But they look at women like Kim Kardashian, Halle Berry, and Jennifer Lopez and say something is wrong with those women. When I honestly don't believe that nothing is wrong with those women. I believe those are great women. They got a long line waiting. And if you act up, it's gonna be next. Those are women. We are women that we're not gonna take a whole lot of mess when we know that, like what they said, this bus next 2, 3 coming.
mm-hmm.
I mean, for that, I look up to those three women. I look up to them. I really do. I do.
Yeah, it's just like I think society put all the pressure or the onus on the woman to make it work, but only a dude that wants to be kept can be
Yeah.
kept. It's not if we
Period.
shed a light on everything that we seen, if there was like a camera, we could be like a fly on the wall and look at the Melody household, the Melody and Martell household. We could probably see that she was doing everything right. Maybe a little bit, but so what? She's human. Like, and he's human too. Like, people had to give people grace. I don't
Yeah.
like that. Well, that's why you
That's
single
true.
in because all that mouth.
Right.
That's what you don't you gain weight after having kids, and that's why
Right.
he left you.
Right.
Stop, don't like no, like it's on the man if he wants to be here. He probably already had his foot
Period.
out the door if he's trying to make up excuses. Everybody's not perfect. I don't know if you heard that live that no, it wasn't a live, but the video that Tony Gaskins did, and I knew it. Like he didn't have to say it, but he confirmed it for me. Where he's like,
Boy.
it's okay when like I see dishes in the sink, like with
Mm-hmm.
Cherie, because I understand like she's a human, like she's maintaining other things. So like, dang, everything cannot be perfect. I can't always have like a home cooked meal. Like it's okay. Like women are not a robot. Like y'all expect us to be cook, clean, have sex on demand, pick up the kids, teach them Bible stuff. Like no, okay, look, no, this is not the grandmom days. We ain't, but no, mm-mm. Kind of like you said, these women know that they got options. All right, so we're not just being quiet, stick just to have a man. This ain't the 1960s or 50s no more. All right, so stop. What I used to say off of poetic justice. I ain't in the business of keeping it that don't want to be kept, and I feel the
Period.
same.
Period.
So I just didn't like that. I feel like Melody was enough. And I
Yeah.
felt like her answer was good to me. Like, no, I'm not gonna feel like I'm not enough just because he wanna be greedy. So this is a
Yeah.
good topic. Should talk about this more. Um okay. Another thing I wanted to talk about, which was a red flag to me, was
Mm-hmm.
when the whole how Melody said, I'm a the other girl's a Honda and I'm a like Benz or something like that.
Period.
And then Martell was like, but y'all went to the same school. Y'all graduated from the same school. Why are you trying to dim her light? And why are you
I
trying to
can't
put
stand
the
that.
side chick on the same level as your wife? Like,
Oh Lord.
why?
I
And
cannot stand
then, like, what was that about? Like, okay, I didn't like that. And it just goes to show me he's just mad. He's upset with himself
oh
that this
yeah.
actually ended. And now he's
Yeah.
trying to like do everything that he can to make Mel look bad. But I felt like it was a red flag when she said, I was with you when you had nothing. And I kind of want us to stop being with people when they have nothing. Like I don't never really see that pay off for women too much. Um I think we should wait till men have something and like establish themselves to be with them. Everybody's different, but I feel like I'm not really trying to build up a man. Like, dang, if you don't got nothing, then yeah, no. No. So that was a red flag to me, and it just kind of still like, see, this is why I don't think you should build with a man. Like, I don't think that's cool for us to do. In other cultures, it feels like they do date up. You know, the man does come with stuff to offer the woman,
Yeah.
but it only seems like black women get relegated to the ride or die. Oh, you got help. You got to hold your man down, and then no, because you see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that was just a red flag to me.
I want to say something about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do agree with black women and how we do have to do. We play that ride or die road to the end. I would say Melanie and Martell's situation is different, just like mine is different with my ex-husband. Because Melanie met him, they were teenagers, so technically you don't have nothing when you're teenagers, just like with my ex-husband. I met him at 17, he was 20, he was 21. So we didn't have nothing. You get what I'm saying? So I think it's different. Whereas if she met him at 30, 30 something years old when he have nothing then. So I think that's kind of like what she meant. They were so young, and technically when you teenagers like that, you don't really have nothing and you grow together. And to be honest, I think that's the best type of love when you meet that person. Like Tony Gaskin said with his wife, you meet that person, y'all have nothing together, and y'all grow together. That's how you know a person really wants you and love you. Um, but I do agree with what you said. I mean, they do have women that take care of men and all of that good stuff. But I think that's what she meant. Like we was in the gutter together, not necessarily the gutter, but we went to school. We probably had a small apartment. We probably had this house that was small. We went from one bedroom apartment to a big old house. Like I was with you when your credit was shot, and we got there. We grew together. And I get what Melody saying. Why do you treat me like this when I liked you? This woman met you at your highlight. She met you when you had good credit, when your teeth was fixed, because Martell teeth was messed up. And I mean, you didn't have no money in the bank. And I loved you for who you were. And that's the thing, when you have nothing and a person loves you, that's when you know that person really loves you. And Melody really loved him. This woman likes for what you can do for her. And I mean, he do need to put some respect on Melody's name because of that. Because I mean, I seen the old pictures. I mean, them teeth can go up. Okay. So don't play with
See,
me.
and I agree with that too. If you're young, then I do get it because y'all both probably don't have anything. But then again, you may not be mature, understand, because here they are that was together for 12 years and it still ended in divorce. So it's
Mhm.
almost like either you, I don't know. I just know like at our age, or at least my age, I feel like
Yeah, at our
um
age, yeah,
yeah, we're not starting from scratch. Or I should say
we
for
sure
me,
not.
like I'm not building with you. I don't
That's true.
care what you got to say about it. But and it actually happens in like other cultures too. I take that back.
Mhm.
Do you remember that story? Betty Broderick, the lady that
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, she
killed. You
killed
know
the,
this one?
yeah, she killed the ex-husband and she paid his
It
way through law school or something.
yes, another instance where they started off from nothing and
Yeah.
build up, and he got him a prettier, younger version of her. That's
Yeah.
what I'm just like, unless the man is like a real strong man of God and loyal, like if he got like some big aspirational dreams,
Mhm.
okay, but he got to know God. I don't. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I mean,
Like
I
you
get it.
really have to weigh
The
it
thing
out.
with Betty was, I feel like they were married,
Mm-hmm.
and she seen something in him, and he say, "Baby, I got a dream." And as a wife, she worked while he went to school, and ain't nothing wrong with that. I feel like the flaw is not her; the flaw is him. She did what she thought a wife would do, and I feel like it was nothing wrong with what Betty did. That is her husband. And he got the smarts, and she wanted him to provide for the family, and she had hopes. I mean, when you marry, you think it's forever. She thought it was forever. I'm gonna provide this way for my husband to go to law school, and at the end of the day, we married. That's gonna benefit all of us. That's just like me. Even though me and my ex-husband, I still wish him well because that's still gonna benefit my children. So I feel like now that she shouldn't have killed that man and that woman now, because I mean, people got their own will, and it wasn't right for him to do that. I swear it was not right. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the flaw, he's flawed, and now she done got down in the mud with him, honey. But I mean, that's the risk you take, though. That's just the risk she took when she did that. But that's the risk she took, honey.
Yeah,
I don't even know how much jail time she got, honey, but
she's
I
still
don't
in
know.
there. She's still in there. I know that.
I mean, it's safe to say that people go insane. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say nothing, but I mean, I
No,
mean,
it's true. It's because with that story too, she put a lot of hope.
yeah,
She would snap with that investment. That's why I just don't believe that
yeah,
we're built for that. I don't think
yeah.
women and then to see it all going because your emotions is involved. That's
Right.
why I
We
just
love forever. We be ready to love. We be for in it. When we in it, we in it.
and then she probably feel like I helped you get that. You
Yeah.
feeding the next woman with it. That's why I just feel like no. I bring nothing to the table. Whole time I got degrees, but as far as you know, I bring nothing. So you better want me for me because I may or may not help you. Probably won't. All this stuff is for me, but I'm not trying to help build you. If I was able to do it myself, and technically I'm the weaker vessel as a woman, then I really don't have the same kind of excuses for men. Like y'all can do more than us. You can go to the army. If you have a child with a woman, that child has to be, I mean, that woman has to sit down for 9 months, but you can keep on going. Your body don't change or
Yeah.
nothing like that. So that's why I just really don't have that type of empathy for men. Like you can do it. Don't have me outwork you. And I'm already like a woman and already have it like a little harder. So, but that's another debate. I'll
I
talk to
mean, look
other
at
men
like in
about
Tina.
that.
Tina got what she got and she left.
Tina Turner. I love
It was
her.
totally
Well,
a joke.
I love that movie when she said like let he can have it all except for my name. See again,
Yes.
hmm we'll be all right. But I ain't gonna help. I don't feel like I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you
Lord.
with my talk game. You can do it, but as far as me actually doing stuff, sacrificing like that, I feel like the man
Oh
is
no, you're
supposed
gonna have to
to
marriage is gonna be you got to sacrifice. You just got to.
actually. Mm,
Yeah, you definitely gonna have to sacrifice. When people say marriage is work, they wouldn't lie,
you know
honey.
what? And that's what we should talk about too. That's the part I like where people say marriage is work because
That's
people
serious.
will only tell you the pretty side and they make you think that like marriage is all rainbows and butterflies. And I
No,
don't believe them. Unless you
no,
tell me
it's
that it's work, that's when I believe you.
not. Mm-hmm.
Um, I also wanted, oh, let's talk about vacation. The trip, the boys' trip to Atlanta. Well, let's talk
Oh,
about that.
okay. Okay.
So someone said something very interesting in the comments,
Mhm.
and they were just like, the boys probably didn't say anything because their side chicks probably were there too. They was like, "Do you really think Arian came by herself?" I'm like, you know what? You're right. We don't really travel by
Wow.
ourselves. You know, you bring your friend, like, girl, yes, we better go and see Martell and like, you know what? And that's why they didn't say anything. That's how come they didn't leave. And then, oh, I wanted to ask you too, do you think, because honestly, did they really think that, did Mel really think that they will actually tell her? Like, men stick together. Now, brotherhood
Yeah.
is strong. Did she really think that Maurice or Marcel would tell her? Like, she couldn't have really believed that, did she?
That's so unfortunate though. I don't know. Maybe she thought for me, my thinking would be, and for me, if I was Tisha or Kimmy, I would hope that you have the best pillow talk with your husband, right? Like from my experience, baby, you got the best pillow talk. Okay, we talking about everything. We talking about everybody. What like your spouse need to be your best friend. They need to
Mhm.
be y'all. I mean, y'all talking about you know what I'm saying? The guys, whatever. So I would have thought that they had enough communication. They were friends enough for the husband to even come and say, "Oh my God, do you know he bought somebody over?" Whoop de woo. And then that's your signal to say, "Okay, I'm about to tell Melody." But I agree with what you said. That comment is right. They probably had women on that trip too, because I went on a couple's trip before, and they had a married man on that trip. The person that I went with told me that that man was married for so many years, and that was his side chick.
Mm.
And I was just like, wow, okay. I mean, that's just how it is. I agree with that. I totally agree that they must have had women up too. Yeah, I agree.
It was a vacation for side chicks. That's what they
Oh
said.
yeah, I
Vacation of
agree.
side chicks. um. All right. So let's talk about that with the pillow talk. So, what do you think the case is? Do you think that perhaps Maurice and Marceau did tell their significant others, but they just didn't tell Melody? Or do you really think they didn't pillow talk about that? And
I
they
think
really did
Maurice
keep it
told
really safe?
Kimmy. I think I
Mm.
can see Maurice telling Kimmy. I can totally see Maurice saying, "Kimmy, you not gonna believe this." But I don't believe that Marcel told Tisha because he know Tisha not playing with that. He know she ain't. But I do believe. That's what I believe more. I believe Maurice told Kimmy though. She didn't say nothing.
Okay, so let's go forward on that. So, do you
Mhm.
think Kimmy is a real friend? If that is the case, if we able to like really see, but if that was the case, do you think that Kimmy is a real friend to Melody because she didn't tell?
No, I believe she's a real friend. I don't.
Because
No,
she didn't tell. You said no.
that's
Is
right.
she? You're saying she knew. Okay,
Yeah,
and that's what people were saying on like social media as well. They was like Melody don't got no friends on this cast.
pretty
And
much.
they just felt that way
Yeah.
because they were in a way, oh yeah, Martell's a good guy. I feel like he just taking up for him. We didn't talk about this last week, but I wanted to get on that Kimmy, okay? Because I didn't like when she said the silence is deafening. This is a serious situation right now. Like, you don't need to interject nothing because don't let it be you next season. Well, let me not put that on her, but any woman can be in the same, like the
Yeah,
seats could all switch and change.
that's
So
true.
it is Melody today, but any woman could be Melody tomorrow. So it's just like relax, sis. Like, this is
That's
not
true.
like fun. Like, this isn't like I don't, this is not a
Yeah,
light thing.
right,
So relax. I know the silence is deafening, but don't say anything, okay? This
right.
is a very serious
Let
situation.
let's get on this when they first opened up and that question Martell did not answer.
What was the question again?
If you
Oh,
if you
about yeah, not he, ain't nobody worried about him not answering. We know why he doing it.
It's just like this coleslaw, girl. This man still, girl, he just keeps throwing you underneath that bus line, honey. I know he is. Then what Melanie said, he done told me himself, if he ain't with me, he ain't gonna never be with this woman. And what Martell do? Sit down there and not say nothing. Coleslaw, you got to do better. You have to do better, girl. He ain't say you're lying. He ain't say that's not true. Baby, that's a whole mess and a half. I just cannot. I just don't know what. I mean, this man done broke up his family, and him and his woman, he just dips in and out. The only difference now is he don't have to make up a lot of melody, and he can go to her anytime he want to and leave whenever he want.
But guess
That's
what?
all the difference.
He probably like over it because I feel like some people or what you hear or what you see on like TV and stuff, some men just cheat for the thrill because the wife
Yeah,
don't know. And it's only fun because we sneak in, we think we getting away with something. But now that Melody knows, I bet he probably don't even like want to be with her no more, you know? Um,
exactly. And she
so
done had a child for him, so I know he like I know.
and let's talk about that because I wanted to talk about that too. Why they keep trying to make it seem like Martell got feelings for this girl? I don't think he got feelings for her at all. Like,
They saying it and he ain't.
yeah, I think he's guilty. He feels guilty for having feelings for her. He don't have no feelings for her because to me, I'm getting shame vibes. Like every time she gets brought up, I feel like he feels ashamed. Like he don't
Yeah.
even really want to talk about it. Now, if he really had feelings for her, I feel like he would say like, yeah, I was in love with both of them. I just didn't know what to do. Mel, I'm real sorry. Like he wouldn't be trying to break Melody down in the moment. You know, if you really love somebody, if your heart is somewhere else, you can wish that other person. It's okay. You know, you just kind of, you know, I'm sorry, Mel. I didn't realize I would fall in love with this girl. I'm sorry for what he did to her family.
Yeah.
Then I will believe he really loved her. But
Hmm.
she went to the same school as you, and you was performing faith fellation. Like, why are you trying to break her down? It's like you're mad. You don't love that girl. You're just trying to make Melody look bad because you look bad. But we
Yeah,
see
he
through
knows
more
that's a
too.
trigger for Melody. It's a trigger because I mean Melody got to admit. I mean she got to admit that that girl on a certain extent kind of bothers her. She got to because you just called you what she called herself a Bentley and called this girl a Honda. Come on now, you still throwing shots at the woman like
She
Melody
deserves
feels
to
some
get
type of way.
shots thrown at her, though. She do.
I mean, she does. But my thing is, Melody better stop playing. She know this woman. She know this woman's bothers her. I mean, it'll bother me too. Like, what this woman got? What this woman got that I don't have for to make you
It,
act
it's
this way? For
it's
you not
nothing.
want to leave her alone?
It's not. It's really nothing. It's just Martell being greedy. Like the other one, kind of like you said, the other one sees him all made up and probably idolizes him. Versus
Yeah.
Melody that knows the real him. That don't, I seen you when you had messed up teeth. So to Melody, he's not like a superstar like that. But to this new girl, he is. So I just feel like it's just really an ego thing. I don't think it's nothing. Enough. Like I just hope she don't feel that way. Once I seen the girl, I said, that Pop Tart, please. She don't have enough Mel. No, Mel. She should not feel that way at all.
I know, but in Martell's eyes, like in Martell's eyes, it has to be something in his eyes for his personal situation for him to risk his whole family for this woman. Now, me and you don't think she's special. Majority of the world be like, why would you? We see Melody as top tier. Why would you go down? But it's something that he sees in her. That's just how men are. They're always for the next upgrade. He sees this woman as an upgrade in some sense. I mean, even she got her same degree from where you got it from. Every time Melody tries to make a point that she's up here and this woman's down here, he knocks her down and he brings either Melody down to her level or bring this woman up to Melody's. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something that he sees in this woman that when he sees her as an upgrade.
I think he's just trying to just be spiteful to Mel. Like he's only trying to make her feelings hurt. Not that this girl is an upgrade at all. The only thing I heard him say was that she pleases him sexually. That's not a wifeable or a up. That's not something like I could see him walking her down the aisle for. That's so special and unique. Remember last season? Well, she pleases me, and that's when Melody threw the drink or whatever. That's the
Yeah.
only thing. The only compliment I heard him say. I didn't hear
I
him ever say
mean,
like,
well, he gave her a compliment kind of when he said, "Oh, she got the same degree from you." Then when he and Melanie was going back and forth about when he seen her, when he seen her out on the date, Melanie was like, no, you should be ashamed of the women you mess with," because he told her to do better. She said, "You should be ashamed of the women you mess with." He said, "Oh no, they're on the same level as you." He told her they're about the same as you. So it's
he didn't
like he's
hear that.
constantly trying to place this woman on Melody's level, or he's constantly trying to bring Melody down to her level. But it's I don't know, maybe one day he admitted, honey, but it's something in his eyes that he sees with this woman. It's something, and I don't
I
believe
really
that it
don't
may
think
be.
it's. I think he just want to hurt her and irk her. You know what I mean? Like you say, he knows that it gets under her skin, so he just kind of just using that, like just to throw a shot or a dart. Nothing
I mean,
in
he got this woman
particular.
pregnant multiple times, like, and Martell don't seem like a man that just get anybody pregnant like that. It's something in. I mean, for to be honest, Martell kind of. I think action speaks louder than words. Now, I don't believe that Martell is in love with this woman, but his action says that he loved this woman, and that's I'm going by what his actions are. He ruined his family for her. He have not left her alone. He got her pregnant numerous of times. I think he loved her.
I
His
don't think
actions
his
are saying that he
actions
loved
show
her.
that at all. To me, I feel like it could be self-sabotage. Sometimes people have a fear of failure, but sometimes they also have a fear of success. So even if something is good, they'll sabotage it. And I just feel like that is what Martell is. Like maybe he just don't feel worthy to have all that he has, like all the blessings. But now that it's taken away, he will sit up there and thinking about it, and he will resent her for it. You know what I mean? Even though he was a willing participant, I just don't. I don't think he loved her. I really don't get that. His actions don't say that to me. Or why was she a peasant a few seasons ago? Or was he just trying to say that to
That's
say
pretty
face?
much the only thing that we can say that he kind of did bad to her. I mean, let's think about it. That's the only I can't think of nothing else besides when he's embarrassed and he feels some type of way because of what the public's gonna say. I believe him when he said he bad mouthed her just to get in Melody's good graces. I believe
Mm,
that. I don't believe that he really felt like she was a peasant. He did that to please Melody. I mean, like that, like you said, or Carlos, he's just so protective over her and the situation with her. It's like he's protecting her. You can't talk about this woman bad in a certain way. I mean, or he would defend it. I'm just saying, I haven't saw any signs to say, oh my God, like he just do not love her. Like, I mean, I can't really think of nothing to say he don't love her other than his actions is just showing that he loves. I'm just saying, like, damn. I mean,
I don't
like,
think he.
what makes you think he don't love her?
Because he's still. I never seen them publicly together. I never seen them in pictures or going out together. Nothing like that.
But that doesn't mean a
Um,
man loves you though. You can't say just because a man posts you and take you outside, he loves you.
yeah, that's true. But I just don't see. And then even when they ask him what it is about her, he don't never say. Like we actually point
His,
blank straight up.
his action
Why
speaking
you
to
going
me.
to this woman? Huh?
It's his action speaking louder for me. His actions are already telling me what it is with this woman.
I don't. I just don't. I don't see it. It
I mean,
don't.
I
It
wish
don't.
he did love her though. I mean, I wanted Melanie to win, but I mean,
So we could talk about this for a while. I still
all
got
day.
other things, right? But I'm going to transition a little bit. Do we want to talk about destiny scenes?
For me, with that Destiny, I kind of like Destiny, but I like how Carlos King said that people don't like change, and that's why they gave Destiny such a hard time. I kind of agree with that. But for me, Destiny kind of the way people, I think people take marriage so they think marriage is a joke, and I feel like the answer she gave as to why her marriage dissolved is just so dumb, so stupid, so childish,
We still
so
don't know.
irrelevant. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, is you serious? Like, y'all should have never been married then. I ain't like that.
Okay, so I did want to ask you this, as a formerly married person, the last
Divorce.
name, oh yeah, divorced person, the last name, is that a deal breaker for men, or do you see where the men was coming from in taking a man's last name, like from
Oh
your
yeah.
from your
Oh
perspective?
yeah. I think that should be a given. Like, you should be proud. I feel like that's the perks of marriage that a woman want. You want to get married. When you're dating, you're like, oh my gosh, you're writing their last name to your last name. Like, come on now. That's just one of the perks that come along with it. For me, that kind of show how Destiny felt, and that kind of showed to me then that the marriage wasn't going to last. You should be proud to take that man's last name because you honor that man. You look up to him. You should want to have the same last name as your future children because you look up to this man and want this man so much. You guys are going to have kids together. So that kind of showed that Destiny head wasn't in it. Then she was talking about pretty much when they were separating or breaking up, her ass was, oh Lord, excuse my French. She was sleeping with me. She was sleeping with other people. That's what I got from it. That's what I got from it. Did you get that? Because that's what I got.
Oh no, I didn't get that from it.
Girl, when that man asked her, "Was you cheating?" and she said, "Well, we had breaks."
Break. She did say that.
No, why would she say that?
Maybe she meant like going out on dates with other men during the break.
No, they said cheated. He asked her specifically, cheat.
He did say that.
And she said that's a man response. She said, I gave you a man response, and she did. Like she said, she's a beta man. And I don't know. Maybe she was the one cutting up. I think they both right. They shouldn't have been married, if you ask me.
Yeah, because she said they was together for 5 years. That was new. She never really talked about.
I know. 5 years long distance.
Oh, really? They was long distance?
He asked him how long did they get married before they got married, and she said 5 years. Remember, they were long distance. Remember, she said she think of her moving in and all of that. They were long distance at first.
I didn't know that they were long distance. This is my first time watching this season, like all the way through from beginning to. I watched a little bit of last season, but not like a lot. But I didn't know they were long distance.
Now, I'm not sure how long. I'm just thinking they were 5 years because he asked her how long were they together before they got married. And I don't think.
I remember that.
So either way, they was long distance for some years. That's let you know right there that it wasn't it.
I'm glad you talked about the last name thing, because that's something that I like learned. I never had like no thoughts on it until I actually heard men talk about it, and was like, oh, sure, I'll take your last name. It's not a big deal. and I feel like you're almost becoming like a different person. You're still you, but now I'm like Synquette Henry, being married to Ryan.
They got a ring to it.
Huh?
They got a little ring to it.
Really? Ryan, if you're watching this, you're my celebrity crush. You hear that? My name sounds good. What's your last name?
Okay, now for Ryan, we're going to have to do a Ready to Love competition type thing, okay?
No, like none of y'all can. I'm about to be singing like new memes. Stay right to me, okay? Not when it comes to Ryan. But okay. I would say one last thing, and then I'm gonna go on Twitter. So when two things, I'll make them quick. When Tiffany and Lewis came on, I felt like Carlos, I'm sorry, Carlos, you didn't understand the assignment for this part, because we do not like Tiffany because she's new. We do not like Tiffany because she was talking about Monster. We don't like people that try to be messy when it comes to kids, okay? Monster is our reality TV show nephew. Same with the Hawk kids and the Scott 3. We love their kids. So that's why we didn't like her, okay? Not because she's new. Like, who cares about her being new? She just came in being messy, all right? And I wanted them to make the distinction, It had nothing to do with her being new. So I wanted to say that. And I also wanted to say that little debate that Marcel and Lewis had was a good one. Because I seen where both of them were coming from. But Maurice does have to admit, or at least see, just because you've been married the longest does not mean like you have like the best relationship. You know what I mean? So I'll just say that length of time don't mean like happily married, So
that's true.
But I seen where both of them came from, or coming from, and I feel like Lewis has a lot to say too, because he did get divorced. So he's able to see like, oh, okay, I see where I could have done better based off of my experience. So he got something to say too. So Marcel, relax. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So I'm going to share my screen for Twitter. Okay,
now, I feel like what we got to watch on the third episode. I feel like we should be done though.
For Which episode?
They got a part 3 reunion, and I'm like, okay, for what?
Oh, remember Miss Wanda and I'm gonna be talking next week.
Yeah.
We need to hear her. I want to hear her and the moms.
Miss
So
Wanda done build up some confidence up for this reunion, baby, because she told the Melanie's mama don't play that.
yeah. We need a third one. Maybe even a fourth one. But we'll take 3. So, whether it's BDE or Big Diva energy, Destiny's got it all. She looked like she got a little quarantine weight too.
Yeah.
Carlos needed his A whoop for even thinking to say Mel wasn't enough for Martell. Mel was too much for him. That's why he
Period.
saw a woman that was willing to lower herself to uplift him. A woman he can call a peasant and still F.
That's a
Mhm.
good one.
I don't like that. Mel hates being in Huntsville because that's where he humiliated her. It's a constant reminder. I pray she finds healing for her heart.
Yeah, that was emotional seeing her crying like that.
Martell keeps blaming Mel for the divorce like he ain't have a girlfriend for 5 years. Oh, I ain't touched her shit 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this one's on December 5th. Martell Marceau was probably on a double date with their hush puppies.
Oh Lord.
Martell regrets. Oh, that's December 4th. Carlos is on point. Yeah, he is. Martell was so comfortable bringing his other woman around his friends, including Marcel, because they all were doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Tisha threw in Mel's face the fact that Martell brought matching BMWs for her and his girlfriend? She didn't know anything. She didn't
Right.
hear anything. I don't remember that.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, I remember when she did that.
Mm.
They was
It
going back and
please
forth.
you remember? I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm.
It please change the topic because I was also cheating on my wife and don't want her to know was a person. Guilty as charged. Where's the man that can bring the woman out of me? Destiny. Mm, let's see. Okay. Who else believed Marcel was up to no good with Martell in Atlanta? Woo! I love how Melody said I was enough. I always I was always enough. I'm not going to accept that. Yeah, I like when she said that too. Marcel, you're not a man, but you got a thing on you, Destiny. I do, and it's a big one. Period. Big
I
Lex.
cannot. I cannot.
Let's see. Okay. Yes, Mel, you had every right to sit on that sad man's face. F him. Hit that lame A nigga with I don't remember. I screamed. I took my hat to Mel. I couldn't imagine dealing with a B.A. petty, jealous, miserable a-hole. It's reading Martell. Why would anybody put respect on your marriage when your own husband doesn't, Tisha? Explain that to me. Mm-hmm. Longest marriage doesn't necessarily mean the healthiest marriage. People be together 20 years feeling alone and miserable in their marriage. That's true. Got like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's a big one. Oh, yeah, she did say that. Let's see what else. Marcel was giving it to Lewis, aka Mr. Transparency. He wasn't letting up. LeBerick mad about Destiny not taking his last name, but he needs to be mad at who the F ever gave him his first name. Stop it.
Oh
His
wow.
first name is fine. LeBerick. That is different. Tisha wants us to respect her marriage. Ma'am, your husband doesn't respect your marriage. Exactly. She does not have to protect your lies, Martell. This is good. Who liked our thing? Let's see. Oh, somebody liked our little thing. That's us. Hey. All right. So I really enjoyed this reunion. I'm gonna make a little video about my little like ideas, little wrap up on it. But I thought it was really good, very
Mhm,
interesting. But
mhm.
other than that, ladies and gentlemen, do you have any last final words, Brittany?
No, I can't. I can't wait to I can't wait till next weekend to see it. I'm
Yeah,
excited about both shows, but
it's getting good, girl. All right. Well, we will be back again for another review next Sunday, same time, same place. And thank you all again for joining us. And do not forget to like this video. And if you're not already subscribed to our channels, like, what are you doing? Subscribe today. All right. Bye. Talk to you guys later.